today we are at, you probably can't see, let me get out. Hello! At NASA with the boys from Wandering Apples. So Dan and Georgie very kindly brought me down to NASA today, and then we are finishing the day with the bioluminescent kayaking. So that was kind of the surprise that I kept on hinting at. Always wanted to do it, and it's never kind of matched up perfectly. This trip where I was out here for 6 weeks, I was like, it's got to match up perfectly with the lunar cycle, and today is the day where there's like no moon in the sky, so hopefully if it's clear, no cloud cover, we'll also get to see the galaxy, like Milky Way. So yeah, but yeah, Saturn V rocket, look at that. I remember the first time that we come here, like 5 years ago. I remember coming out those doors there, so they do the whole demonstration of kind of the launch and sort of the build up and the anticipation, and then walking through those doors and seeing the size of these boosters. Look at them, they are huge. Like, it's so hard to get your head around the sheer scale. They're ginormous. So yeah, it's really cool to be back. Really cool, really cool. Do love Kennedy Space Center. It's definitely worth a trip out. Took us about 45-50 minutes today. The trip went really quickly. In fact, it took the boys just as long to come meet me from their hotel to my hotel and get fuel than what it did to essentially come to Kennedy Space Center, so it's not that far. But look at the size of it! It's ginormous! Right, let's go have a look in the capsule. We're here at NASA, as kindly displayed by Georgie's t-shirt, and then we've got Dan in the background. Dan is currently walking on the moon, leaving his footprints in the moon dust.
Oh, he's loving it, he doesn't even know he's being filmed.
So yeah, we're at NASA today through the day, and this evening we are doing the kayaking tour. The boys have just said about how in a lot of the reviews there's like jumping fish. So in one of the reviews someone apparently got hit in the face by one of the jumping fish.
So that's going to be one of us.
Yeah, there's me being worried about the the alligators. Yeah, now it's going to be flying fish.
But the thing is, you got to hope it's not a dolphin chasing that fish. It could all go wrong. And
that is how Zoe, how Zoe died.
But it was
knocked out by a dolphin, yeah. At least I went down with trying to think of a fish pun, but I don't know. With a splash. Ah! But yeah, Georgie and Dan from Wandering Apple. Go on, give it a touch.
It just feels like
Bit granite.
really greasy actually.
Oh no!
All the sweaty fingers. Yeah.
Oh, it does as well.
Just give it a clean.
Very graceful.
I was about to say that. Just imagine. That was a lot better than last time. Yeah. That's
So that is our space exploration done with for today. Really good to come back. Yeah, it was one of the highlights of the very first trip that I ever done here to Florida. It was that good in fact that we ended up upgrading to the annual pass so we could actually come back on the same trip. But yeah, it was lovely to come back. So thanks guys, thanks for asking me.
Oh, you're welcome.
So we're now, we're all feeling quite hungry, so go get some food. And I think the guys need some swim shoes.
Yeah.
Because apparently you've got to wade through some water before you get into the kayak. So yeah, so we're off to find a Walmart and some food and then kayaking. Yeah! I can't wait, I'm so excited for this. So excited. Oh, looks so good. And what's yours called?
The Mega Monster Cheeseburger. It's basically a fat Big Mac.
And then
Smokehouse combo.
nice. And then toast on the side.
Gigantor pancakes.
they are gigantor.
Have you shown them the size of your onion rings?
Compared to my hand, there you go. They are huge. There's even like tomatoes out here. Look at the size of the tomato. Okay. I'm a little bit worried what might be in the grass. So if you're wondering what we're doing, you can't even see me, but here we go. So Georgie and I have jumped. There you go. Me and Georgia have just jumped out of the car to come to the water's edge to kind of see what is going on here. There's no signs of any alligators, but there is this dark. Yeah, there is the cover of darkness, and there's this like reassuring orange plastic fence. Although we found out earlier that alligators can climb fences, hence why the fences at NASA are curved. But we will see. It's just a little bit choppy out there, like a little bit more choppy than we're expecting, but so we are at the kayaking. This is us, if you can see the blue light. So we're all checked in. We're in the blue group, hence the blue glow sticks. So we're just waiting for the previous group to get like life jackets off and just all kind of finished, and then we'll be called up to go up and get ready for our bioluminescent kayaking tour. Yay! So I'm just going to pause the footage there for the main reason that the GoPros that we took out on the kayaks with us, they done an amazing job at capturing the audio of the experience, but they just weren't sensitive enough to be able to capture the glow of the bioluminescence. So upon reviewing the footage, it's all pretty much pitch black, but not to worry. If you're interested in what the bioluminescence in Florida look like, I will leave a link to an amazing vlog that Tim and Jen Tracker done. I'll leave the link up in the top right corner and down in the description. They went and experienced the bioluminescent kayaking with a different tour company, but it's all around the same area, around the nature reserve of like the NASA area out on the east coast, Merritt Island kind of area, not far from Cocoa Beach. So yeah, it'll give you an idea of what Georgie and I experienced on our bioluminescent kayaking tour. If you are interested in experiencing the bioluminescent kayaking, there's just a few things to consider. It's not year round, so it is a natural occurring algae in the water, and depending on the time of year that you go, the algae is more active than others. So by all means, research it, look into when is the best time to go. I believe when the water temperature is higher, that is when the algae is brighter. And also it helps by checking lunar cycles. So essentially you want no moon in the sky if possible. So obviously the less light pollution you've got, whether that be from urban areas or from like the night sky, the brighter the bioluminescents are going to appear in the water. But yeah, highly recommend the experience if you're confident with kayaking and you don't mind going out of a night time. Highly recommend it. It is one of the best experiences that I've had in Florida. Absolutely phenomenal, and it's one of those things I wouldn't hesitate going and doing it again. Yeah, definitely worth it. But sorry, I've not got much footage from it. But yeah, by all means, like I said, Tim and Jen done an amazing job. Go check their vlog out, and you'll be amazed. Yeah, on with the video. This is so cool. This is so much fun already. Wow.
So it's like a fireball. All right, next hand trick, guys. I want you to scoop some water up in your hand. Let it roll down your arm. Roll your sleeve up, that helps too. Now, if you're...
Wow. Oh, fish! Oh! It was a fish, I just touched a fish. Yeah. I was playing with the water and I touched a fish. Wow. I so wish the camera could pick this up, it's incredible. Wow.
And we can catch these in our little nets, and they have all kinds of little colors in them because they're like prisms.
That's cool.
They are 4.5 billion years old. So they are invertebrates. They do not have a brain, but they have a collection of nerves that kind of tells them their orientation in the water. And it looks like they're agitated a little bit, so they kind of got blue and purple and green kind of running through them like little Christmas lights right here. If you want to get closer to see them, feel free to.
I'm here. Can you see me? I feel like it's not showing up at all. So back at the hotel now. What an amazing day today was. It was just so good to go back to Nassau. I've not gone back since the first Florida trip. And they've done, not a huge amount has changed, but they've done a lot of like modernising and updating things. And it was so cool to see, because it's a working launch pad, so like all the different launch sites, obviously if you visit year after year, different things are happening, and things are like the projects in different stages, so that was pretty cool. There was something that had literally just arrived today, so it had been literally shipped around, and the usual tour route that they take you past the assembly building, we couldn't do that route because they were literally ready to get the part of this the next shuttle off of this like almost barge. Apparently it's not powered, so it is literally tugged all the way from, I think they said it was built in Atlanta or somewhere like that, like crazy distance, come all that way by tugboat. So it was pretty cool to see that and see some of like the SpaceX stuff, and having, like, since last time, having seen what SpaceX are doing, and like the boosters and everything that land back, it's just phenomenal. It's crazy. So to kind of see that up, not close, but obviously they pass by the launch sites in the bus. It was pretty cool. So yeah, NASA was amazing. They updated the IMAX like film that they show since I'd last been. So this one was a lot about the future, like the projects that they've got currently on at the moment, and where they hope and aim to be in the not so distant future, with missions to Mars, and like sending people to Mars with the idea of hopefully setting up a colony one day, which just seems crazy, but that's what they're working towards. So yeah, long past like missions to the moon, which they're still working on. They're hoping to get people back up to the moon, and they're saying that they've already picked the next crew to go do a moon landing, and it's going to be the first female astronaut to land on the moon as well. So it'll be pretty cool. So there's lots of stuff going on, and then yeah, in between going to NASA and kayaking, we headed to IHOP for dinner, which is a good shout by the boys. I've never done IHOP for dinner. It was good, really enjoyed it. Exactly what we needed to fuel us up ready for the kayaking. And then yeah, the bioluminescent kayaking. I kind of went with high expectations. I was so excited for it, so excited, and it did not disappoint. It was absolutely phenomenal. One thing I would say is kind of the expectations of just how blue the bioluminescent is going to be, and just how bright it's going to be. I probably had expectations of it being brighter and more of a vivid blue than what it was. But apparently that is all due to the time of year that you go. So like June is kind of their peak season. So essentially the tour guide was kind of saying, depending on the time of year, essentially the warmer the water is, the less bioluminescent algae is in the water. But because there's less, it makes them glow brighter. Because essentially it's a defense mechanism. So if anything is attacking the algae, I can't remember the name of the algae, he did mention it, cannot remember. If anything is attacking it, essentially it glows as bright as it possibly can to essentially attract predators for whatever is attacking it. And then hence why in June, even though there's less algae in the water, they have to work harder to obviously attract the attention of like fish, so they glow brighter. So good, so good. And also in the water is this type of it's not an actual jellyfish, but it's type of it looked like a jellyfish, like tiny little sort of balls of jelly. And essentially they've got no brain or anything like that, but their defense mechanism is exactly the same. So if you like the tour guide had some in a jar and he was kind of showing us them, and you could kind of see like the jelly part, and then in the middle was almost like these, almost looked like electric, like stripes of electric. And we had nets in our kayak. If you put your hand in the water and move the water around, it would glow blue. But one of the cool things to do was to drag the net through, which left like the trail of blue as you dragged it through. But also you had chance of catching one of these like little jelly things. And Georgie caught one in the net, and he was just like, oh look, I've got one. And then like he's like, touch it, and then each time that you touched it, it was going blue. It was so cool, so cool. We saw a dolphin. He did say that there was a chance that we might, but couldn't guarantee anything. And then as we were coming back, there was like a blowhole noise, and I pointed over to where it was, and it just kept on doing it. It was just like trying to clear its blowhole like repeatedly, and then it went off again. So it was so cool. I was in a single kayak. Georgie was in a single kayak. Unfortunately, Dan couldn't make it. He wasn't feeling too good. So it was just Georgie and myself that went out, and we were in a tour group of everyone else had double kayaks, but I'd say there was probably another maybe 6 kayaks on the water with us. And then the tour guide, you go out with a tour guide and like a back marker, so you're always kind of in between the two. And it was just really good. So essentially anyone who was like a faster pace, it was quite easy to stay with the leader, the tour guide. And then anyone who was struggling or wasn't as fast paced as the other, like the rest of the group, didn't get left behind, because the back marker stayed with them to make sure that they were okay. And essentially the tour guide would stop every so often and make sure that we had everyone, and people had opportunity to catch up. And then he would then go into kind of like the area and pointing out different things and showing us the like the little jellyfish type thingies. And it was just really good, really good. It was like a 2-hour tour. Did not feel like 2 hours whatsoever. It probably felt like we were out there for probably 45 minutes, I'd say. Didn't even feel like a whole hour. It was just so good, so good. And because Georgie and I obviously knew each other, and because we went up for the booking together, even though we were on separate bookings. But anyway, the tour guide thought that we were a couple, so he kept on going, where's my English couple? And we were like, we're here. Everyone else was in kind of like double kayaks. Obviously we're the only ones in singles, so he kept on checking up on us, making sure that we were all right. And he had quite a lot of good chat with us, and it was so good. And then at the end I kept on thinking, does he think that we're a couple? And then at the end, you have to kind of take it in terms of beaching your kayak. So you essentially paddle at the beach and like beach yourself. And he was like, single kayaker out there, you okay? Because Georgie had already beached himself. And I shouted back, I was like, yeah, I'm good. And he was like, come on, up this way, next to hubby. And I was like, oh no, he does think that we're a couple. But we were just too polite, we're too British, and we like didn't say anything. And then like walking back across the car park, it's like, right, if he says anything, been together 2 years, got married in Florida, And I was like, what's my surname? But it was just so good, so good. Anyone who is contemplating going, maybe go do some day kayaking first, see how you get on, make sure that you're confident kayaking. I mean, I love kayaking, I absolutely love it, but there were times when it was quite choppy today, it was quite windy, which was good because it kept the mosquitoes and the bugs away, but it did make it a little bit choppy at times. And it's quite hard to kind of judge the distance and kind of your surroundings at times because it is so dark out there. Everyone gets given a glow stick, so our group was the blue group, so everyone gets given a glow stick, and essentially they get you to wear it on your back. So they get you to wear it around your neck, so they can then see, like the back marker can see, right, okay, 1 2 3 4, like almost count heads that we've got everyone. But it's quite difficult at times to almost like gauge the distance, because like people just emerge from all places, and we kept on bumping into each other, and at times like we would all huddle around, so when he was like trying to show us something, get into like this huddle, and then he would show us like the bioluminescent or like a trick to do with the water. So like one of them was to like put your hand in the water, make like keep on opening and closing your hand, and it literally glows inside your hand as if you're holding like a blue glowing ball. It's amazing. Another one was to scoop the water up with your hand and let it run, like trickle down your arm, and then as it runs down your arm and kind of hits your arm and stuff like that, it glows blue. As soon as you got in the water, you could see that it was glowing, like where you were kind of paddling, and it was just like, oh, is this it? Like, it looked like air bubbles, but you're like, no, this is cool. Like this is it's like, it's really subtle. It's not like overpowering like Life of Pi or Avatar or anything like that, but it is along those lines that the water is glowing, and yeah, like it's crazy. It's just mind-blowing, absolute mind-blowing. The company that we booked through, it wasn't the same people that Tim and Jem went with, but it's all kind of in the same area. But the company that we booked with is called A Day Away Kayak Tours. So really good. The boys done their research of different companies to go with, and yeah, essentially they found this one. The reviews were really good, and yeah, can't praise them enough. It was really good. What a amazing day, absolutely amazing. So thank you for like Dan and Georgie for number one coming along on the adventure with me, number two, like, yeah, driving all that way. I was gonna hire a car, so thank you for being so kind and driving. And obviously, yeah, NASA, like NASA was amazing. So thank you guys. It was so good, so good. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. So on that note, I'm gonna end today's vlog there, and I'll catch you in the next one. So see you later, bye.